What are you watching? Middlesex tree?
And we got this birch that's right in between. It was growing between two rocks, so the anchorage wasn't that good. Saturday, I think we had rain and wind come through, and it just, no anchorage, rolled the tree right over it.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another Middlesex tree video. Today we are in the beautiful town of Old Saybrook, Connecticut, working on a dead-end street with this beautiful cove in the background, and today we're going to see some beautiful wildlife, so stay tuned for a couple photos of that. We are just west of the Baldwin Bridge this morning on the Connecticut River at this location. What a beautiful spot. We're going to be cleaning up these trees in front of this house here. That includes this one tree that is way overgrown here and dominating the skyline of this house. The fuel filter recently got replaced on the chipper, so it's ready to rock. So let's get right into it and start taking some of these trees down. Josh is going to be in the bucket truck today, Willie on the dingo as usual, Chaw and Free Rake on the ground, and Derek's going to be bouncing around doing whatever he can. We're going to be hustling today. We got another job this afternoon that's an emergency job, so everybody's going to be in motion. And as usual, we have a very small landing area today that is boxed in by some power lines, so everybody needs to be paying attention. Here is Josh cutting a branch mid-cut and then decides to quit. I wasn't sure what he was doing here at the time, but he had to make his way down as the battery died in the electric chainsaw. As he makes his way down, Free Rake is going to take some branches out of the way. Bruce is going to say hi to Willie for the first time today and offer him some cookies. I don't know exactly what Willie said, but I believe it was something along the lines of, "Hey Bruce, I'm sorry, but I'm on a serious diet and I gotta skip it this morning." But Josh and Derek were happy to accept the offer. When the battery swap was going on, Derek decided he was going to take a look at the saw to make sure that everything was going to be good and Josh wasn't going to get interrupted again when he is up cutting down the tree. Now let's get back up and cut that top branch off. We're going to stack up the firewood logs here for a little bit, and we're going to show you what we're going to end up doing with them. Look at the size of the cylinder on that crane. Chaw is going to get these branches cut up, and now we'll show you what we're doing with these firewood logs today. We're actually just driving them right across the street to the neighbor's house. When we arrived this morning, he came out and asked if we could have the wood, and that always works out nice for us. It saves us a trip. While Free Rake has a little downtime, he's going to put some fuel in the dingo. And earlier, when I was talking about the wildlife, listen to what Derek and Willie have to say here.
I told him we got him right there, bald eagle, right over him.
We always have our eye to the sky looking for beautiful flying birds, and at this location, we're lucky enough to see a couple of bald eagles multiple times today. I was able to snag these photos while they were circling around us. Now let's get back to the action with Josh and the GoPro and start making our way down the base of this tree. We're going to take these logs over to the neighbor's house. Check out the dingoes going through. It's like a crossing of the guards. Now let's head over to this rotted cherry tree that's hanging over the neighbor's property and get it out of the way. All right, yummy, and here we go with the goods. Today, Amanda and Derek got us bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches from Coffee's Country Market, as well as some Dunkin' Donuts coffee and hot chocolate. Everyone was enjoying the late morning snack. Earlier in the day, Willie had told me that Free Rake looked like a state worker today, and I had to agree.
They said I look like a state worker today, Frank.
You're a human traffic cone.
Human traffic cone?
No love, man, no love.
After a snack, Bruce and Willie had some shop talk, and I believe it was at this point that Bruce said, "Well, gentlemen, that tree is not going to take itself down, so let's get back to work." Now it's time to switch out the saws. Josh is getting to some of the big wood, so let's get rid of the electric chainsaw and get that gas-powered steel up here. Here's a shot of some double action while I was in the middle of a TikTok live video. We've been trying to do these every week now, and this week we were actually able to do one that was around an hour long. You can see here that Free Rake is cutting up the log on the ground and Josh is in the bucket truck working on the trunk. I could imagine this is going to be one happy customer next door. I'm sure he's going to get several cords of firewood today. And here's Free Rake, who's going to tackle the last cut of this tree trunk. Check out the difference of the before and after at this house. This shot is when we got here, and the other shot is when we were done. Another homeowner who's breathing a happy sigh of relief of an unwanted tree removed. Now let's pack up and head over just one town to Essex, Connecticut, where we're going to handle an emergency call for a tree that has just started to fall down, but luckily got hung up by another tree. You can see here, if you take a look at the root system, it's totally gone. This is just like another tree that we took down in Essex in the fall a few miles away. Do you remember this video?
Top of this rock, so it was getting in there too, and not well rooted this way, so she started to rot and eventually snapped. There's rot all down in here. And you're gonna flip a lot of these down. You could come around that way, but the thing is, that piece of log's probably that guy. We'll let him peel out and we'll do it like that. So we're gonna take the brush down like rigging and shit like that. Handle it down, rig it down, whatever, and we're just gonna have him hold the trunk. And then once the whole top's gone, then we'll just lower the whole trunk, okay? All right. So go up, start flipping all the E down, and then attach him to the center up there. Don't touch anything with pressure. Just start working off no pressure, you know what I mean? Yeah. Go ahead. So we're up here on this hill right next to the water. You can see the cove and the Connecticut River. So it's a high wind area. And we got this birch that's right in between. It was growing between two rocks, so the anchorage wasn't that good. Saturday, I think we had rain and wind come through, and it just, no anchorage, rolled the tree right over. Luckily, it got hung up into that other one, so it didn't bust up all the privacy trees down there, but another tree rolled over from bad anchorage.
Look at the lean on this tree right here. We got to get this thing out of here quickly, or else the wind could push it down at any time and destroy those ornamental trees. Again, Josh will be up in the bucket truck making the cuts, and we're going to be lowering the branches down with a rope. On this cut here, the top part of the tree got hung up and Josh was unable to push it down from the bucket truck. He needed a little more leverage. Free Rake didn't have enough horsepower to do it, so the other guys had to join in and they all gave it a yank down.
Which way do you think the tree's gonna fall when it goes down? I say that's a good guess.
And now, Chaw will make his way in for the last cut of this tree trunk. Awesome, on the ground with no problems. And from here, all we've got to do is dice up this log, chip the branches, put the firewood logs in the back of the mason, and call it a day. Josh was so pumped at the end of the day that everything went so well that he had to do the Salt Bay salt drop.